Hi, it's Mrs. Wallace, and in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use the Flex Scheduler. By now, all students at MWHS will have access to the Flex Scheduler. To locate it, you can go to your MWHS Resources course that's located in Schoology, and you'll find the link to the Flex Scheduler located here. If you're a student that's going to use the Flex Scheduler on a regular basis, you may want to bookmark this in your Chromebook on the bookmark bar. Students will use the Flex Scheduler in order to use some of the flexible learning spaces in their academic classes. Right now, the Flex Scheduler is not available to students in homeroom, advisory, or SPP, but academic classes may choose to use our 4 flexible learning spaces: the Q Zone and the C Zone, which are both located in the Media Center, the Commons, which is located upstairs outside the main office, or the Nest, which is located downstairs in the B Wing. In order to use the Flex Scheduler, you're going to need to first log in. Students will log into the Flex Scheduler the same way they log into their Skyward account, using their Skyward login information, which is your Google Apps account without the @277 apps. And then you're going to use your 00 and your 6-digit student ID as your password to log in. When you log into the Flex Scheduler, you are going to notice that you should see ePass at the top. Some students may have multiple schedules that they can choose from, but the ePass is what you are going to use when you are going to one of these locations. The Flex Scheduler opens in the morning, but we would encourage you not to sign up until you know whether or not you're using it for a particular class. If you sign up for a space, you can't unenroll in that space, and you need an administrator to do that for you. Some spaces will be available every hour, and some hours there may only be 2 or 3 of the 4 spaces available. In order to sign up for the space, you simply go to the period that you're going to be using the space, and you go ahead and select. Now notice that all of these spaces are available, but as students sign up for the space, these numbers will disappear. I'm going to go ahead and sign up for the Commons. Once I'm signed up, I'll notice that there's this little gear next to the sign up, and that's for attendance. When you get to the flexible learning space, you're going to want to check the pillar for attendance. In each of the spaces, there are attendance codes. It's a 4-digit code that you want to enter into the Flex Scheduler. That's how we know that you are present, and that will impact your attendance in Skyward. Just remember that in these 4 digits, there are never ones or zeros, so those will always be I's or O's. You can't enter your attendance code. I'm going to go back. You can't enter your attendance code until the period has begun. So it's too early for me to mark my attendance now. I actually have to go to the space, get the code, and put the attendance in. Hall monitors will be walking around to make sure that students know how to do this, and will be checking attendance through the Flex Scheduler app. There are a couple of expectations when using the flexible learning spaces. Remember to pick a space that's appropriate for your learning. So if you're going to be distracted by a lot of people moving around, you may not want to choose the Commons, but might prefer the Nest instead. You need to use the space for academic purposes. You'll only use these spaces if directed to do so by your teacher. You always want to make sure that you check in with the attendance code at the beginning of the period or whenever you arrive in the space. Please be respectful to those around you, as several classes may be using a space at once. We ask that you stay in the space until the end of the period and leave the space better than you found it. The goal of the flexible learning spaces is to give you different spaces that fit with your learning and help you to become a more independent learner. There is a presentation that goes step by step on these instructions, located again in the MWHS folder. We hope that you'll enjoy using the Flex Scheduler and the Flex Spaces, and we welcome your feedback on the process. Good luck.